Hello, and welcome to Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm Mikey G, and it's Saturday, February 18th. A Tesla Semi prototype and a Cybertruck prototype were spotted with a massive new Lidar sensor on the front. Elon Musk has often said that Lidar technology has been overblown and has described it as a distraction to achieving full self-driving capability. Nevertheless, Tesla still uses Lidar for its autopilot and self-driving effort, but not in the actual sensor suite on the vehicles. Instead, Tesla uses Lidar sensors on prototypes for the process of ground truthing its own sensors. When Tesla unveiled the production version of the Semi and started deliveries in December, we noted that Tesla didn't say a word about the truck being equipped with self-driving technology or the cameras that wound up on the production version. Now, this prototype indicates that Tesla is testing the cameras and the whole sensor suite for the Semi. Now, the Cybertruck, on the other hand, was spotted with a host of sensors on it, indicating that Tesla is working on calibrating its own. Tesla is again increasing the Model Y prices in China following its massive price drop last month, and it appears that demand is picking up. After months of rumors that Tesla's demand in China was slowing down, the automaker implemented a significant price drop of up to 13% on EVs in the critical market in early January. Tesla slightly raised the price last week by about $300, and now they're doing so again by the same amount. Price increases and decreases are generally the best indicators of Tesla's demand in any given market. Despite the fact that Tesla claims it is simply trying to reduce prices, the automaker tries to sell its electric vehicles for the most that it possibly can on demand. They are a company, after all. Tesla has released a blog post defending itself against allegations that it fired employees at Gigafactory New York over a push to unionize. Yesterday, the organizers behind the effort filed a complaint with the U.S. National Labor Relations Board, claiming that Tesla fired dozens of employees at the plant in retaliation for a union push. And now Tesla is claiming that the layoffs were planned before the company was made aware of the effort. The automaker even laid out a chronology of events leading up to the layoffs, citing performance ratings, reviews, and monitoring time for employees. Most interestingly, Tesla notes that it watches its employees' time used to label items to assist calculations for software to do the very same task. China's CATL, the world's largest EV battery maker, is reportedly offering significantly lower battery costs to some Chinese EV makers, but not to longtime partner and big-time buyer Tesla Motors. According to CNEV Post, CATL is reportedly offering a deal to those who they consider strategic clients, and it includes NIO, Li Auto, Huawei, and Zeekr, all of them Chinese companies themselves. Now, before we jump to claims of nationalism, there are a few things to consider. The report states that CATL is requiring that 80% of battery purchases from these companies must come from CATL, a term that undoubtedly Tesla cannot commit to. Also, Tesla is tied to a production pricing agreement with CATL until 2025, as it stands. This could also be a version of the Chinese companies responding to the Biden administration's USA trade partner favoritism that has begun to drive a wedge into the worldwide battery supply. Since Chinese companies produce more than 50% of EV batteries in the global market, they still have plenty of lumber to swing. GM CEO Mary Barra claims that the automaker will charge ahead of the competition with 7 electric cars this year. Being sneaky with the wording, they do include 2 electric vehicles that are already for sale, but at least they did not include the Bolt or the Bolt EUV, so we give them credit for that. According to Barra, the company will have all different sizes and segments on the Ultium platform by the end of the year. So there's another caveat, meaning the end of the year. The existing models on the list are the GMC Hummer truck and the Cadillac Lyriq. The Hummer SUV version is coming this year, and we sincerely hope that volume deliveries of the Cadillac Lyriq will come, since GM only sent out a handful in 2022. Now, the new vehicles on the list are the Chevy Blazer EV, the Chevy Equinox, the Chevy Silverado EV, the Hummer SUV that we mentioned, and the BrightDrop electric delivery van. GM is quite confident in their Ultium platform, so much so that last year, when they sold 0 electric cars due to a production stop, they were already bragging about taking over the industry. Somehow, they convinced President Joe Biden to call General Motors the leader in electrification and praise Mary Barra for starting the electric revolution. I think we all know what convinced the lifelong politician. Ram Trucks has officially closed reservations of its first electric truck, the Ram 1500 REV. They actually just opened on Super Bowl Sunday. After showing its Ram Revolution concept model at CES in January, with unique features like a detachable third-row seat, grand saloon doors, and up to 18-foot cargo storage, and also an autonomous robot charger, fans were quite hyped for the release. Although the production model skipped on many of these features, the company still believes that the electric truck will start a revolution. It's a little late for that, but as of Friday, February 17th, 2023, the reservations maxed out on capacity. But we don't really know how many that is. It's normal for reservation programs to not have publicly available data. For example, the Cybertruck reservations require very little investment, and crowdsourced data estimates have the tally at over 1 million. On the other hand, General Motors was boasting that they sold out the Cadillac Lyriq reservations back in 22, and then we later learned that the company only delivered a little over 100 cars in the calendar year. Now, for the Ram truck, we're left to speculate as to how many reservations it took to fill in 5 days. But given the company's fan base and demand for electric vehicles, we hope that it's a lengthy and full committed list. Volvo CEO Jim Rowan warned that other automakers who refuse to give up making gas cars risk missing the EV market. He said on an earnings call last week, quote, "The big problem with industry transitions is if you don't invest ahead of the curve, then you miss that inflection point and you're not ready for when the market changes. We are investing ahead of the curve. The market is moving towards electrification, and you best get ready. We've been bold enough to invest ahead of that inflection point, which we know will come." Now, the CEO actually has some room to boast. Volvo's 22 revenue was $32 billion, up 17% from 2021. That was the automaker's highest ever recorded revenue in its history. EVs made up 11% of Volvo car sales, more than doubling the 4% that it had in the previous year. Volvo plans to go completely electric by the year 2030, which is 5 years ahead of popular mandates in Europe and a couple United States. In today's community comment found on YouTube, Vas M says, "If opening chargers to the public doubles the ramp-up of new infrastructure, all Tesla investors should calm down and watch the revenue and share price rise over the next few years, fully funded by non-Tesla users." Yes, Vas, that's something that we didn't really discuss yesterday. Presumably, all the non-Tesla owners will be putting money into the system rather than coasting on a certain duration of free mileage. There are other companies like Electrify America and EVgo that are making a business model by doing this very thing. And I think that Tesla could be opening up a whole new revenue stream, something I think that investors would enjoy. I've had such bad luck with other charging networks that personally, I'm considering getting a Tesla plug adapter just to ensure safe travels on my next road trip. Although the network is said to be open, still want to get that plug just in case. What do you guys think? What's your experience on other networks? Thanks for watching Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm Mikey G, and I hope you have a great day.